Hey guys, what's up? It's Dubai, one and only, and yeah guys, today I am back with Dragon Ball What If, and today I'm gonna make What If Goku gain the potential of Cell Part 1 and Part 2. So hopefully you guys will enjoy, you can say, this series. And yeah guys, if you guys are new to this channel and have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be a lot helpful to me. So yeah guys, without any further ado, let's start the video. As I'm gonna start my video in the other world as Cell and Goku could be seen looking towards each other. As both of them already knew what was going to happen, both of them are gonna die. Goku has just teleported Cell in the other world to save his planet, while on the other hand, as he already knew he was gonna die here, but it's about time that the next generation take over for him. As he was looking down towards Cell, who was already, you can say, was looking like a balloon filled with too much energy as Goku simply closes his eyes. As after that, you can say, after some time, Goku's body could be seen floating within the mid-air in the other world, as his body has, you can say, badly injured, while on the other hand, Cell could be seen already regenerating from a single cell and making into its perfect form, while on the other hand, as suddenly a energy started to surround Goku's body as lightning started to cover it, not knowing what was going on as Goku's eyes, you can say, suddenly started to open a little bit as a aura started to surround Goku's body even further and further, increasing his power as all of his injuries started to suddenly disappear from his body as his eyes suddenly snapped open as the aura exploded from his body. As while on the other hand, on Earth, Cell was looking towards Gohan with a smirk on his face. He has already, you can say, given his ultimate speech that how he is Super Cell now and how powerful he has gotten and things like that. While on the other hand, Gohan is badly injured at this point as Cell simply smirked towards Gohan and said, "Alright Gohan, it's about time that we end this." As he started to power up his Kamehameha attack as he released it towards Gohan, while on the other hand, Gohan was angry towards himself. He should have ended Cell when he had the opportunity, but now he was too weakened. He has no other choice but to release all of his energy from one hand Kamehameha as he was about to make his attack, but then suddenly a light engulfed the whole area as most of the Z fighters, even Cell, was pretty surprised at that. As suddenly, you can say, Cell's Kamehameha was simply slapped away like it was nothing into the space, shocking most of the Z fighters there, especially Cell, as all of them were on their guard. And then the light started to clear down to the surprise and shock of most of the people there. It was none other than Goku standing in front of them, his aura in the form of a Super Saiyan, as Goku was simply looking towards Cell, as Cell was the one who was most surprised. After all, he did saw Goku being covered in the, you can say, vicinity of his attack, so there was no way Goku could have survived that kind of attack. It was simply not possible. As while on the other hand, Goku did not even have a scratch on his body. He was pretty surprised and wondering what could actually have happened. Did they use Dragon Balls to bring him back? As but he simply shook his head. It does not matter. He will end him just like he ended him before. As a smirk, well, Goku, it seems that you have somehow survived, huh? Huh. Well, I think that it has to do something with Dragon Balls. As Goku did not say anything, but he simply smirked at Cell as he said, "Well, Cell, it's about time that we ended what we started before." As Cell simply smirked, "Huh, well, if I'm not mistaken, you did give up, right?" As Goku simply shook his head, "Well then, let's continue with round 2." As Cell simply smirked at that. While, while on the other hand, Z fighters were quite surprised and shocked to see Goku, but they quickly came to their senses. Goku was hardly a match for Cell before, but now he seemed to be more confident for whatever reason it is. As while on the other hand, Gohan was quite injured, so Gohan was no, you can say, in no shape to fight Cell at this point. As Piccolo was wondering if what they could actually do if they should join Goku and attack Cell as but Goku and Cell simply, you can say, finally had enough of talking as both of them rushed towards each other as their fists collided with each other in the center, making a shockwave, sending most of the Z fighters almost away from the ground. as Cell was pretty surprised Goku was able to match him in his, you can say, powered up state, as he simply smirked at that. Huh, so you must have gotten a Zenkai. Well, it doesn't matter. A mere Zenkai is not gonna make you stronger. But before he could complete a sentence, a fist was slammed into his gut as Cell's eyes widened. The force behind it as it was launched from the area where both of them were standing and slammed into the mountainside, shocking most of the Z fighters there. But before Cell could even stand up, a foot was slammed into his face, banning him into the mountain. As suddenly the whole mountain, you can say, was separated as Cell came out of it, looking pretty angry as he looked towards Goku. Huh, a lucky shot, not gonna happen again, as both of them rushed towards each other. But to most of the Z fighters, you can say surprised, Goku was easily dodging any and all attacks of Cell like they were nothing, as Cell was getting angrier and angrier. He was getting frustrated, he did not understand what was going on here, as Goku simply smirked towards Cell as he once again vanishes from the eyes of Cell. And the next moment, Cell was already hit by, you can say, hundreds of the attacks like they were nothing, as Cell quickly started to regenerate his battery, you can say, body, and now angry, furious, he was getting humiliated by Goku. Uh, Before it was Gohan, but now it was Goku. He was not gonna take it. He was angry, he was furious as he started to power up his full power Kamehameha. As Goku smirked as he also started to power up his own attack, as both of the attacks rushed towards each other as it became a beam struggle between them, as the fighters were quite surprised that Cell was getting overpowered, and now both of them are at a, you can say, beam struggle, as Goku was simply looking towards Cell directly in his eyes, as Cell was getting more and more angry, it started to release more of its energy as Goku closes his eyes as Gohan was about to help his father. But then suddenly, Goku's aura started to, you can say, increase in size and density and power more and more, and his hair started to, you could say, stand up further, shocking most of the Z fighter. Suddenly, lightning exploded from his aura as Goku has transformed into a Super Saiyan 2, as Goku released one of his hands, and now it was a single one hand Kamehameha as Cell's eyes suddenly widened as aura, you can say, Goku's Kamehameha started to cover up his Kamehameha quite easily as Cell tried to release more and more of his energy, but to no avail. At the end of the day, Cell was engulfed by the Kamehameha as not even a single particle, not even a single cell or subcell of the Cell survived, as nothing was remained behind, and the terror of Cell was finally ended, while on the other hand, the Z fighters were pretty shocked to see everything that has just happened, as especially Goku coming back from the after, you can say, other world, as it was pretty shocking to them, but they were happy, they were more than happy, while on the other hand Trunks has already been, you can say, given some help so that he could actually survive, while on the other hand all the Z fighters were simply looking towards Goku in his Super Saiyan 2 transformation, shocking most of them, especially you can say Gohan, who thought that he was the only one who has achieved this power at that moment, while on the other hand Vegeta could not believe it. He once again was humiliated by this low class warrior. He was the prince of the Saiyan, but no, every time he achieved a new level, these low class warriors achieved another level. He simply cannot take it anymore as he flew from the area, not wanting to be in their presence. As while on the other hand, most of the Z fighters simply ignored Vegeta for the moment, as now, they decided to celebrate a little of their victory, as after some time they decided to revive everyone that has died by the hands of Cell through the Dragon Balls. As Goku made the first wish so that all the people who died could be revived, as Shenron granted the wish as Goku made the second wish to ask him what happened to him, as Cell explained the whole situation, that how Cell's own energy fuses with Goku in the other world. When both of their energy collided with each other, Goku's energy recognized Cell's energy signature, and large part of it was made above Goku's own energy. So it started to absorb it back, and therefore evolving his ki, granting him the abilities and the powers of Cell, such as the regeneration and the other Saiyan powers. As Goku and the Z fighters were quite surprised to hear that, but they, you can say, did not care. After all, Goku was alive, as Goku tried to asked Shenron to remove the power or things like that, but Shenron told him that it was simply not possible, so therefore he has to live with that as Goku sighed, but he was happy, at least he was with his family, and he has to train harder now so that he could protect Earth from the threats like Cell and Frieza. So now we are gonna have a time skip as two figures could be seen fighting against each other as Goku in his normal Super Saiyan state, which he has perfected to the level that now he can remain in this state for years if he so desire. While on the other hand, Gohan was in his Super Saiyan 2 transformation as both of them released their energy attacks as Goku's attack quickly started to overpower Gohan as Gohan let out a roar, increasing his power even further as both of the attacks cancelled each other out as Gohan was painting hard. In these, you can say 7 years, he has not trained that much, but still, there was always a regular sparring session, and his father was growing stronger and stronger by the day. As now, it seems that Goku's potential has increased that of Gohan's, while Gohan still has incredible potential. But at the moment, Goku's growth rate has surpassed Gohan by leagues and bounds. While on the other hand, Gohan quickly came out of his Super Saiyan 2 transformation, huffing and puffing a little, as Goku also smiled at Gohan as he said, "Well, Gohan, that was quite great, if I must say." As Gohan sighed, as he said, "Huh, well, you can say that again." As both of them started to laugh after that, as both of them have been training time to time, as Gohan has also perfected his Super Saiyan 2 transformation and is quite stronger than his original canon, you can say self, while on the other hand Goku has already started the training of Goten as well. And this time Goten got the Super Saiyan transformation even further than his original canon self and going as far to mastering the transformation. Goku was pretty surprised when Goten was able to exert the aura of a Super Saiyan at the age of 6 and Goku started to train him and just you can say in 1 month Goten was able to transform into a Super Saiyan like it was nothing, surprising most of the people there, especially Goku, but he was proud of his both of his children. Both of them seem to have incredible potential. Well, his potential seemed to have surpassed both of them, but still, yeah, they are getting pretty powerful. As Goku was pretty, you can say, proud of both of them. Soon enough, Goten will also transform into a Super Saiyan 2, even you can say younger than Gohan. As Goku was pretty happy about it, while on the other hand, Vegeta was also training Trunks when he heard that, or when he sensed the power of Kakarot's other son, Goten, transforming into a Super Saiyan. He was pretty angry, so he started to train Trunks and just like that, Trunks was also able to transform into a Super Saiyan 2 after just 2 months of Goten transformation, as Vegeta was also pretty proud of that. This time, Goku decided not to participate in the martial arts tournament, knowing that it was quite unfair and most of his friends are not, you can say, going to do that. While on the other hand, Gohan still got into it thanks to Videl. But you can say Goku was also there to watch the matches, while on the other hand, the other Supreme Kai also started to approach Goku, explaining the situation about the whole Majin Buu incident and things like that. As they approaches Goku, already sensing his immense aura and power, Goku had decided to remain in his Super Saiyan transformation most of the time, though he can easily revert back into his normal state if he wanted to enjoy the battle. So, Supreme Kai's approaches Goku, explaining the situation about the Majin Buu and how much powerful he actually is and how much danger he is to the universe. As the fighter decided to take on the challenge, while on the other hand Vegeta was just around the corner, so he decided to join Kakarot, wanted to see who this Majin Buu character actually is, so that he could actually fight him to prove his strength. So, Gohan energy still was taken, but this time Gohan's energy was a lot stronger and a lot more than original canon, as Supreme Kai had to put more energy so that he could paralyze Gohan even further when Gohan almost broke out of his bones like it was nothing. Even Kabito had to join, you can say, uh, to stop Gohan from moving so that the Babidi's minion could take his energy. While on the other hand, Goku as well as the fighter started to follow up the Barbide's minions so that they can see the location. But when they arrived, they saw an immense aura was coming from the area, and the Majin Buu was already revived, shocking Shin as he did not expect Gohan's energy to be enough, as he did not expect that. as Majin Buu's energy was incredible, as it was even more than that of Cell or Goku when he fight off against Cell. As shocking most of the people there, as Supreme Kai was just about ready to retreat when Vegeta started to step in the whole stadium as he said, well, so you're the Majin Buu, huh? Huh, well, I will take you on, shocking most of them there. While on the other hand, Goku had a small smirk on his face as if he was hiding something. Even you can say Gohan was not that you can say seemed to be worried. While on the other hand, Supreme Kai's were pretty you can say shocked and telling them that they should retreat and they are not strong enough to take on Buu as Vegeta smirked, transforming into his Super Saiyan 2 transformation, shocking the Supreme Kais by the immense energy as Vegeta smirked as he said, alright, you pink balloon, fight me if you can, as Majin Buu smirked as both of them rushed towards each other as the fight has already begun. As to most of you could say to the Supreme Kai's shock as Vegeta was easily keeping up with Majin Buu when Vegeta heard about Goku and how his ki has evolved thanks to Cell's energy as Vegeta started to train even more and more, and at this point he is you can say not on the level of Buu but still he was keeping up, and which was you can say getting frustrated for Buu as well as many tricks which Vegeta was pulling at that point, which was getting angrier as Boo was getting angrier and angrier, and just like that, the evil Boo separated from the Majin Buu as both of them started to fight off against each other, surprising the both, you can say, the Supreme Kai, as well as you can say the Z fighters, as Vegeta decided to step out of it, wanted to see what was going to happen, and just like in canon, the result of the battle was the same. Evil Boo ended up winning and therefore becoming the Super Boo. As shocking most of the Z fighters there, even Goku raised an eyebrow at that. He was not expecting something like this, as the power of Super Boo was greater than that of Majin Buu as the fight between Vegeta as well as Super Buu began, but this time it was completely one-sided battle. Even the perfected Super Saiyan 2 was no match for the power of Majin Buu, as or rather known as the Super Buu, as Super Buu started to beat down on Vegeta like it was nothing, as Vegeta was already getting the beating of his life, but then suddenly a kick slam into the face of Super Buu, sending him flying. This time, it was none other than perfected Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, as Gohan was looking down towards Super Buu as Super Buu stood up. This Gohan power, you can say, is comparable to that of his ultimate counterpart of Canon, as Gohan still keep up with his training. Well, not that much like Goku 24-hour, but still, he trained on the weekends, and someone like Goku and having the potential of, you can say, Gohan, as Gohan was easily able to become a lot stronger, perfecting his Super Saiyan 2 transformation just like he did with his Super Saiyan transformations and his own potential. He was able to, you can say, started to beat down on Super Buu, and now the Super Buu was getting pretty angrier as he gritted his teeth, but then he came up with a perfect idea as a smirk at that Vegeta, who was already pretty injured, was standing on the side, as well as Gohan, who once again got pretty cocky, saying that how he's so much stronger than Buu and Buu should simply give up and things like that. You know, the regular Gohan arrogance. And after that, just like in canon, he made the mistake and Super Buu took the advantage of that. Suddenly, a pink glue started to engulf Vegeta, shocking most of the people there. Even Goku was taken back by that. But Goku was standing a bit further beside the, you can say, Supreme Guys, while on the other hand, Vegeta was almost, you can say, quite a distance away. As while on the other hand, Gohan got, you can say, distracted, and he paid the price for that. As Goku shouted as Gohan, look out! But it was already too late. Gohan was also starting to get engulfed by that pink goo, as both of the pink goos rushed towards the Super Buu, started to engulf it, and just like that, the ultimate Buu has been born, as the ultimate Buu simply smirked towards the remaining fighters there, as Supreme Kai was just about to, you can say, Kai Goku, as well as himself and his, you can say, apprentice away so that they could be away from this monster. At this point, the ultimate Boo has become too much stronger for that, as Boo started to laugh as he you can say started to release his aura even further, increasing his powers as he smirked towards Goku, the only Z fighter that was standing there at that point, giving him a challenging look. While on the other hand, Supreme Kai was trying to, you can say, make Goku come with them so that they can come up with some idea. But to his surprise, as Goku came out of his Super Saiyan transformation and started to walk towards Super Buu, or rather now the Ultimate Buu, as Supreme Kai was getting more and more nervous and frustrated at that point as Goku simply looked towards the Ultimate Buu as both of them smirked towards each other as Ultimate Buu started to speak up. Huh, well, Goku, it's about time that we have our match after all. According to these memories, you're a lot stronger than both Vegeta and Gohan. So why don't you show me if you're stronger than me? Ha! As he started to laugh after that, as Goku simply smirked at that. Why don't you find out, Boo? As Boo simply smirked as both of them rushed towards each other as their battle began. As Boo was pretty surprised as Goku was easily keeping up with him, which angered Boo as he increased more of his energy. But to his surprise, Goku once again was keeping up with him like it was nothing. And just for the show, as Goku simply smirked as he, you can say, releases his aura, transforming into a Super Saiyan 2. Just for the show of it, as Boo's eyes widened, as even Supreme Kai took a step back, Goku's power at this point is comparable to that when he fight off against, you can say, Beerus after the ritual in his only base form. So you can say already tell how strong Goku here actually is, as Goku simply smirked at Boo, giving him a look to see if he can actually keep up. At this point, as Boo gritted his teeth, summoning more and more energy from both Vegeta as well as Gohan and the other part of him, as both of them rushed towards each other. Needless to say, it was a beatdown that Super Boo, or rather the Ultimate Boo, never expected at his life. The both of the Supreme guys they had their jaw on the ground. They simply could not believe it at this point. As Supreme Kais could not believe it, Majin Buu was their ultimate fear. And when Majin Buu came back, even absorbing two strong fighters like Vegeta and Gohan, but this Goku character was beating him down like it was nothing, like it was child's play, which was making Boo more and more angry, but he simply cannot do anything about it as he was getting humiliated here. While on the other hand, Goku was simply looking towards Majin Buu with a bored expression on his face. To be honest, he expected more. But he simply shook his head. Alright, Boo, why don't we end it? As and just for you, I will show you my true power. As Goku smirked after looking towards Boo, which surprises Boo as Goku let out a roar as his aura exploded from his body, increasing his energy as lightning started to dance around the area, as whole planet started to shake with a sheer amount of power, as even Supreme Kai took step back. The amount of energy that he was feeling was beyond this world as finally the transformation ended and therefore Goku has just transformed into a Super Saiyan 3. The energy that was radiating from his body was way more than you can say Supreme Kai expected in his whole life. This amount of energy, it was simply not possible as Goku looked down towards Boo, who was shaking in utter fear. I would like to remind you guys that Goku here has the potential of Cell combined with his own, you can say, incredible potential. So you can say that Frieza is nothing compared to Cell, as Cell's potential is the, you can say, combination of Frieza's own King Cold's potential as well as the Saiyan's Piccolo potential. So you can tell how much potential Cell actually had, and now all of that potential has been added up to Goku's own personal potential, so therefore making him a lot stronger. As even a month of his training, or rather 20 days of his training, could easily surpass the results of Frieza during 4 months of training. Well, not the golden transformation, because that is actually transformation, but the normal state. After all, Frieza in his basic form was able to beat Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so you can tell that how strong Frieza actually got. While on the other hand, Goku has been training for 7 years. 7 years with strong training partners, and even without that, his training is pretty intense. So therefore, you can tell that how strong Goku has actually gotten. As Goku simply looked towards Boo, and once again, Boo tried his best, releasing each and every energy or technique he actually had, but now it is more than enough. As Goku simply shook his head, it's about he ends it, as he releases his energy in the form of a face, more like, you can say, a dragon face as Boo also releases his energy, try to, you can say, do something, but it was not to be, as Goku's energy completely engulfs Boo, completely eradicating him. Not even a small particle of it remains. And finally, you can say, the battle against Majin Buu has ended. As Goku, after the battle, summoned Shenron as he made his wish that everyone that was absorbed by the ultimate Buu could be, you can say, would be released or would be revived. But this wish has, you can say, unseen consequences as Goku's wish also revived the Fat Buu, or rather, you can say the original Majin Buu, shocking and freaking out the Supreme Kais. But Goku, when looked towards Buu, he could tell that this Buu was quite confused of a person and he did not feel that, you can say, aura of darkness from him anymore. It must be that other Boo. So Goku decided to keep Majin Buu around, telling the Supreme Kais that it was nothing and Boo, he could handle him if anything were to go wrong. So the Supreme Kai decided to agree with that. After all, having Goku, someone like Goku around, Majin Buu is not gonna be any threat anytime soon. While on the other hand, Goku has some ideas for the training in the future because he could already tell he simply cannot train on Earth anymore because of his energy growing so much. He need to train in the hyperbolic time chamber. As we look towards Vegeta, Vegeta simply scoffed and flew out because he was angry. He needed to train even more. If Kakarot was able to beat Boo when he was unable to, so he needed to train more. As Goku said, Vegeta is not gonna help him train. And at this side, Gohan has studies. But then he finally looked towards Boo, who was looking still confused, as Goku has a bright idea to train with Boo. And now, after we have a 1 year time skip, Goku could be seen training with a slim Majin Buu in the hyperbolic time chamber as both of them were training. In this time, Goku has already mastered his Super Saiyan 3 transformation. It had, you can say, drawbacks before, but now he was able to master it just like his any other transformation. But now he was trying to seek something new, something, you can say, that make him even, you can say, evolve Super Saiyan 3 further. But at this point, he has nothing. That was only a spark of, you can say, power when his eyes changed according to Boo. As well as Goku felt something. He knew, he remembered that feeling, but he simply cannot pinpoint it. But he simply shook his head, wondering what kind of power it actually was. He was trying to remember, but it simply was not coming to him. It was not some Super Saiyan transformation or anything like that. His eyes suddenly changed into a green color or yellowish color according to Boo. But Goku did not know anything about it, so he thought it must be the next level of a Super Saiyan transformation. So he decided to train with a Super Saiyan 3 even further. While on the outside world, Beerus, the Destroyer, has been, you can say, woken up as Whis told him the, you can say, ongoings of the universe about the death of Frieza. So they came to Earth to see where they could actually find the Saiyans, but they were unable to find the Saiyan known as Son Goku. Even the Z fighters did not knew anything about it. So after, you can say, the birthday party, Beerus still get annoyed, so he demand to see the Super Saiyan, you can say, the whole thing. As after that, this time the ritual, since Goku was unable to be found anywhere, and since the hyperbolic time chamber is a separate dimension, so they simply cannot sense his energy there, nor they can actually summon him through Shenron. So they decided to ask him about the whole ritual thing, as Shenron explained the situation. And after that, this time, this whole, you can say, ritual was performed on none other than our dear Vegeta. As Vegeta could look towards his body, the energy he was feeling, it was incredible. He simply cannot believe this kind of power. With this power, he was definitely above Kakarot. Well, not much. Well, not actually, to be honest, but still. Let us humor Vegeta from time to time. As, you can say, Vegeta looked towards Beerus with utmost confidence. With this power, he was above Kakarot, and he will beat down Beerus as well and become the strongest in the universe. After Shenron said his goodbyes, being scared by the hands of, you can say, Beerus, Vegeta transformed into the next level, and now it was about time for the showdown. Well, this battle mostly goes the same as, you can say, between Goku and Beerus, but Vegeta was a bit stronger. But to be honest, it did not make much of a difference. And after the battle ended, Beerus was, you can say, taking down Vegeta to the shape, but then suddenly he felt a presence, a aura of energy that was coming from above the earth. as suddenly most of the Z fighters also felt something off, while on the other hand, you can say Whis had a small smile on his face as as Beerus simply threw Vegeta to the Whis as and flew off towards the lookout, while on the other hand, most of the fighters were quite surprised and confused at this point as Beerus arrived to the time chamber, or rather the lookout, as they were simply, you can say, Dande was present there along with Mr. Popo as the, you can say, welcome Beerus, but Beerus simply ignored them as he started to walk towards from where he was sensing this energy. Suddenly, the whole, you can say, lookout started to shake as Beerus' eyes widened by the sheer amount of power that was coming from that direction. As suddenly a figure started to come out of it. As a rather two figure, one was a slim Majin Buu, and the second one was, you can say, a brand new Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Just remember, Goku's base form here is stronger than Goku in the canon Super Saiyan Blue times 20 Kaioken. And here, just you can say, think how much powerful Super Saiyan 4 actually is. This Super Saiyan 4 is actually different than normal because of the mutation of Goku's ki. The multiplier is a lot greater. The potential is far vast. As Beerus could not believe the amount of energy that was radiating from this Saiyan. As he recognized the face of the Saiyan, it was a bit different, but he could tell this was a Saiyan which told him fight off against Frieza and beat him. No doubt, or there was no wonder how he was actually able to do that with this kind of power. It was a piece of cake. Beerus, but after a long time, felt a small amount of fear inside of him because of the amount of energy. This Super Saiyan 4 is a lot stronger than mastered Super, you can say, Ultra Instinct by leagues and bounds. As Goku looked towards Beerus and raised an eyebrow, he could sense his ki. This guy, Ki, was just like the new Ki he achieved, but he simply shook his head as he said, who are you? As Beerus came out of his shock as he said, so you're the other Saiyan which told me about, huh? Son Goku, if I'm not mistaken. As Goku raised an eyebrow and nodded at that, as Beerus decided to explain himself that who he actually was, as how he was the destroyer, and things like that. As Goku nodded at that, so what do you want from me? As Beerus simply smirked. Well, to be honest, I was here for the fight. Though Vegeta did entertain me after achieving that new transformation. Uh, As Goku raised an eyebrow, did Vegeta achieve Super Saiyan 3, huh? Well, he simply shook his head. This guy's ki was a lot stronger than Vegeta's, and not even a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would be a match for him. As Goku simply smirked, so you're here for a challenge. As Beerus smirked back, he was not gonna be, you can say, scared by this guy no matter what. After all, he do have some trump cards of his own. As Goku said, well then, so what are we waiting for? I do want you to test the limits of this transformation, so it would be fun. As he smirked towards Beerus, as Beerus and Goku started to float within the mid-air ready to, you can say, immense their new battle as both of them started to fly within the space, knowing that their battle is gonna be a lot dangerous to be held in Earth. As Beerus smirked as he rushed towards Goku, trying to test his power, but Goku simply raised an eyebrow as he started to dodge all the attacks of Beerus like they were nothing. As after some time, Goku got a bit bored, so he let Beerus hit him. But to Beerus' surprise, he felt like he hit something so hard that not even budged. As Beerus was surprised as he started to float back. You are stronger than expected, Saiyan. Well, it is to be expected after sensing your kind of power. But anyways, that is not gonna help you as Beerus started to power up even more and more. And now Beerus was using around 70% of his power as he rushed towards Goku, trying to launch a attack as Goku grabbed his face, smirking. Now, this was what he was talking about as both of them started to fight off against on equal footing while on Earth. This was showing the whole battle to the Z fighters, shocking most of them. As Vegeta could not believe it the moment he achieved a new transformation, Kakarot has achieved a new kind of transformation as well as he grated his state in anger. While on the other hand, all the Z fighters were surprised and pretty impressed as Gohan quickly realized Goku must be in the time chamber to achieve this new power. That's the reason they were unable to summon him through Shenron or you can say through any means. So they have to summon, you can say, the turbo. And Vegeta, being you can say a lot calmer, this time Bula was gonna born a lot earlier. So both you can say Bulma as well as Vidal were pregnant, so therefore completing the whole you can say same issues and the ritual could be performed. While on the other hand Goku was still smirking. He was having quite fun time here. But this was about time that he shows his true power as Goku smirk. Why don't I can already tell Lord Beerus you're holding your power, so why don't we both show our true power and have a true battle and stop playing around as Beerus smirk. Well, Saiyan, you want to see my full power? Well, you're gonna regret it. But I'm gonna humor you now. As he started to release his amount of power, suddenly several, you can say, signs started to appear on his body as he has entered into the destruction mode. As Goku simply smirked as he let out a roar as a reddish aura started to surround his body and red lightning as he has also started to power up into his full power, shocking most of them that were present who could sense his immense power as the fighters were almost crushed by the sheer aura. While on the other hand, Whis was you can say pretty surprised. He was not expecting this kind of power. Well, he did sense Son Goku's power before and he was pretty impressive. But this amount of energy, he could tell that he was actually stronger than Lord Beerus. As Beerus smirked as he rushed towards Goku, as as he launched his attack and slammed his fist into the chest of Goku, making a shockwave through the universe. But when all the light died down, Beerus' eyes widened as Goku was standing there as Beerus' fist was, you can say, punching Goku in the chest, but there was not even a scratch as Goku simply smirked towards Beerus. Well, Lord Beerus, if I must say, you're a lot stronger than anyone I have fought, but at this point, it does not matter as Goku point a finger towards Beerus and flick him on the head, sending him flying through several areas in the universe as Goku smirked. One thing he realized after he had his, you can say, key evolved, he had the abilities of Cell as well. He could regenerate, and on top of that, he could, you can actually survive in space. And he rushed towards Beerus as the battle has begun in the whole universe. As Beerus couldn't believe his eyes. His attacks were having no, you can say, effect whatsoever. Even his destruction energy, Goku was easily able to dodge it or reflect it or destroy it. As Goku was a lot stronger than he gave him credit for, and now it was getting frustrated at this point. As Beerus looked towards Goku, for the moment he sensed something else, a energy similar to his own. As he took a step back, as he said, "Wait a minute, Saiyan. Tell me, are you using your true power, your full power?" As Goku simply looked towards Beerus for some time, and then a small smirk came to his face. Well, if I must say sincerely, to be honest, not even close, as Beerus was now angry as how dare this mortal to not even use his full power against him. Does he think that he's stronger than him? The Beerus, the destroyer? As he said, "Alright, Saiyan, let me tell you something. I'm not using my full power as well. If you were to show me that power you're hiding, then I will show you my true power. And trust me, when I will tap into that power, there will be no way you're gonna win that." As Goku raised an eyebrow at that. To be honest, he was a bit intrigued. But he can already tell Beerus was bluffing. But he's gonna humor him. As he said, "Well, Lord Beerus, if you say so. But don't tell me afterward that I did not told you." As Goku closes his eyes and then suddenly an aura started to surround Goku's body as his hair started to change color from black to red as Beerus almost had a heart attack after he saw that aura, and finally Goku has transformed into his, you can say, limit breaker Super Saiyan 4. After training with Majin Buu, he was able to achieve this new key, and thanks to, you can say, the ability to grow so stronger, he was easily able to adapt to that new key and make it his own, thus achieving this limit breaker Super Saiyan 4. As Beerus could not believe his eyes, but then a smirk came to his you can say face. It was just like the Oracle Fish told him he will have, you can say, a rival, a ultimate challenge, a fight for his life. As he smirked, as he closes his eyes, it was around 1,000 or even more years since he has used this power, but it's about time. As suddenly a aura started to surround Beerus' body as his eyes started to change color as he has entered, you can say, into the perfected, well, not the perfected, you can say the Omen Ultra Instinct. As Goku looked towards Beerus, his ki has definitely changed and he has gained a massive, you can say, power. So let's see who is actually stronger among them. And Goku was getting a bit excited of it as well. As both Beerus and Goku rushed towards each other, Goku could see Beerus' movements were a lot different. They were, you can say, a lot better, but it does not matter. He could see them, he could follow it, and he could match it in speed. As their, you can say, fits were coming towards each other, ready to, you can say, slam into each other. But to more to both of their surprise, suddenly someone appeared in the center of them, grabbing Goku's, you can say, fist and stopping Beerus' attack with a single finger, as shocking most of them. As Goku was pretty surprised, this guy stopped him with his hand. As Whis looked towards Goku for some time, he actually felt that kind of force, and it actually pushed him back. As this was really surprising. While on the other hand, Lord Beerus simply looked towards Whis, annoyed. What are you doing, Whis? This is my battle. As Whis sighed, well, Lord Beerus, you already know. Grand Priest has already told me to stop this battle as it is damaging to the universe a lot. And if you disobey him, you already know what's gonna happen, right, Lord Beerus? As Beerus started to freak out a little, of course, as he stopped the battle. Well, saying, I'm gonna call it a draw. But mark my words, next time I'm gonna win it. As Goku chuckled a little. Huh, you're quite cocky, aren't you, Beerus? Well, I don't know who this Grand Priest guy is, but if you're scared of him, he must be quite powerful. Huh, I would love to challenge him one day. As before Beerus could say anything, Whis chuckled a little. Well, Saiyan, I'm pretty sure that he would be happy to oblige you, but at the moment, you're right now, you're not match for him. As Goku smirked towards Whis, well, then it's a matter of time only. As Vita simply scoffed at that, don't get cocky, Saiyan. As both of them started to descend towards Earth once again. As they were going, Whis was looking towards, you can say, Goku. As he looked towards his hand, there were scratches all over it. As he looked towards Goku, Son Goku, interesting creature you are. As while on the other hand, they finally landed on the earth as as Beerus decided to, you can say, do the whole thing, sparing the earth and things like that. As they looked towards Goku, as we said, well, Saiyan, if I must say, you are quite impressive, even more than Vegeta. So, why don't you come to my planet and train with us? Well, with Whis, of course. After all, he is my master. As Goku raised an eyebrow, he could already tell power which Whis possessed was a lot stronger than Beerus's. As he smirked, well, I would love to. As Goku said that to Beerus and Whis, as we smiled, well, Saiyan, I'm looking forward to train you then. As after that, you can say Beerus and Whis flew off as Goku looked towards the fighters who were looking towards him at different expressions, shock, awe, and in Vegeta's fear, a bit of anger as well. As Goku simply laughed a little and they decided to have Bulma's party. You can say party at last. So yeah guys, here we have part 1 and part 2 of what if Goku had Beerus's potential. So hopefully you guys enjoy the series or part. And for the next part, you guys already know the like goal is gonna be, let's say about it, 120 likes and 50 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as quick as possible. So yeah guys, peace.